Look, let me describe a situation and tell me if this feels uncomfortably familiar. You tell yourself, okay, this year I'm finally going to get my money together. You open a savings account. You set a goal. You say, I just want to save $1,000, not 10,000, not a million, just $1,000. And somehow it feels impossible. Every time you save a little, something happens. Car issue, family emergency, random bill you swear didn't exist last month. You claw your way up to $300, back to $120, up to $600, down to $400. It feels like pushing a boulder uphill with socks on. But then, here's the weird part. People who already have $10,000 saved, they'll casually say things like, oh yeah, I saved another $5,000 this year without really trying. Without really trying? Same economy, same inflation, same bills. So what gives? Is it income? Is it discipline? Is it just luck? Or is something much deeper going on? Because here's the thing. Your first $1,000 doesn't feel harder because you're bad with money. It feels harder because the rules of money haven't started working for you yet. And once you understand why, everything about saving, investing, and building wealth starts to click. Introduction. My name is Nick, and I spend way too much time thinking about how money actually works in real life, not in textbooks, not on Twitter, not in motivational Instagram quotes. And if you're someone who feels stuck financially, like you're doing all the right things, but nothing seems to move, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if this video helps you even a little bit, give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. All right, let's talk about why your first $1,000 is secretly the hardest money you'll ever save. The assumption everyone gets wrong. Most people assume money is linear. They think, if I save $100 10 times, I'll have $1,000. If I save $1,000 10 times, I'll have $10,000. Same effort, same discipline, just more time. But that's not how money works. Money is non-linear. The effort required to save your first $1,000 is not the same effort required to save your next $1,000. And this is where most people get discouraged and quit, right before the system starts working. The brutal math of the first $1,000. Let's get specific. According to the Federal Reserve's most recent survey of consumer finances, nearly 37% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing money or selling something. That means for over a third of people, saving $1,000 isn't a goal, it's a threat. Why? Because when you have no savings, your savings rate is effectively negative. Not because you're irresponsible, but because life has leverage over you. Why the first $1,000 feels painful? Look, let's be honest. Saving your first $1,000 hurts because it forces trade-offs you're not used to making. You're not choosing between, do I save or invest? You're choosing between saving and fixing your car, saving and eating out, saving and not disappointing people. That pain is psychological, not mathematical. Behavioral economists call this loss aversion. We feel losses about twice as strongly as we feel gains. So saving $100 doesn't feel like progress. It feels like losing $100 of freedom. And when you're broke or close to it, every dollar feels emotional. This is where it gets really interesting. Once you hit around $1,000, something subtle changes. Not in your bank account, in your brain. That $1,000 becomes a buffer, and buffers change behavior. Now, when something goes wrong, you don't panic. You don't swipe a credit card. You don't mentally spiral. You think, okay, this is annoying, but I've got it. That emotional shift is everything. Because now, saving money stops feeling like sacrifice and starts feeling like control. The momentum effect. Here's a stat most people never hear.
A study published in the Journal of Consumer Research found that people who experience early financial wins are significantly more likely to continue saving, even if their income doesn't change. Not because they have more money, because they have momentum. Momentum is the most underrated force in personal finance. When you have $0, saving feels pointless, progress feels invisible, motivation dies quickly. When you have $1,000, progress is tangible, small wins stack, confidence increases, and confidence changes decisions. Why $10,000 feels easier? Now let's jump ahead. Someone with $10,000 saved isn't just better at saving. They're playing a completely different game. For one, they've likely eliminated some emergencies. They've avoided interest. They've stopped paying panic fees on life. But here's the bigger reason. They no longer see saving as deprivation. They see it as identity. They think, I'm someone who has money. That mindset shift sounds fluffy, but it's not. It's behavioral. Once saving becomes part of who you are, you stop debating every decision. You just act. Addressing the objection. Now, you might be thinking, Nick, this sounds nice, but I don't make enough money. Fair. Income does matter, but not as early as you think. Plenty of people making $80,000 live paycheck to paycheck. Plenty of people making $40,000 quietly build savings. The difference isn't income, it's friction. High earners often have higher fixed expenses, lifestyle inflation, and financial complexity. Lower earners who succeed usually do one thing very well. They protect momentum. A simple example. Let's say you save $50 a week. That's $2,600 a year. At first, it feels useless, but once you hit $1,000, emergencies stop derailing you. You stop borrowing. You stop backsliding. Now that same $50 a week sticks, and when you raise it to $75, it compounds emotionally before it compounds financially. The hidden tax of being broke. Here's something that still frustrates me. Being broke is expensive. Late fees, higher interest rates, missed opportunities, stress-driven decisions. That's why your first $1,000 isn't just savings. It's escape velocity. It's the moment you stop getting pulled back into chaos. Actionable steps. This part matters. If you're working toward your first $1,000, do this. 1. Lower the goal emotionally. Your real goal is $100, then $300, then $500. Stack wins. 2. Automate aggressively. Willpower fails, systems don't. 3. Protect the money psychologically. Rename the account. Do not touch works surprisingly well. 4. Expect setbacks. Slipping isn't failure. Quitting is. 5. Celebrate boring progress. Boring is sustainable. The final realization. Your first $1,000 isn't about money. It's about proving to yourself that you can delay gratification, you can build momentum, and you can change your trajectory. After that, the game gets easier, not because life is fair, but because you're finally playing it with leverage. Closing motivation. Look, if you're struggling right now, that doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're early. And early always feels hard. But once momentum starts, money stops feeling like an enemy and starts working with you. Stick with it, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey family, thank you for the constant love and support on this channel. Every like, share, comment, and subscription truly means everything to me and helps this community keep growing. If you're enjoying these stories, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Also, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. I'll be giving personal shoutouts and thanking you directly in my next post. I appreciate every single one of you.